Yo, what is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today we're talking about smite items. So we're not doing a build guide. We already have a bunch of build guides. We have the build sheet down in the description below, so check that out if you're interested in how to build gods in their roles. However, I wanted to just talk about why I put items on the build guide and why I never put some items on the build guide. So just like what makes some items really bad and what makes some items really good or a little underrated even right now. I've got 5 items that I think I would never want to see built ever in a game until they get buffed, and 5 items I want to see more of. I don't think these 5 items are necessarily the best items in the game. If you're just doing best item in the games, it'd be like, oh, Rod of Tahuti. Oh, Deathbringer Kin Size. It's not very fun. So I'm going to do 5 underrated items and then 5 bad items that you should not buy. So starting with the first item I never want to see built, and it is for one specific reason. It's Demonic Grip. And basically, it's very simple. Demonic Grip is just worse than Executioner. Flat outright, it is just a worse item. It is the same passive with 55 intelligence and 25 attack speed. Well, what's Executioner? 40 strength, 20% attack speed. So the trade-off is every 5 intelligence gives you 1 strength, 1 auto attack damage. So on auto attack characters, ones that you're auto attacking and trying to get that number up, you're only doing 11 extra damage with this. You'd see 76. 87. Executioner, and it doesn't matter if you're playing Zeus, it doesn't matter if you're playing Soul. This is for every auto attacker in the game, every ADC. Because if you're playing a mid laner and you want Pen, then you'll go Totem or you'll go Obshard. You'll never go Demonic. 116. The damage is not even close. Executioner is just a way better item. Demonic Grip is horrible. Don't even think about it as an item. It is terrible. It is terrible. AJ literally said it shouldn't be in the game. It's so bad. But people complained it wasn't in the game, so it has to be in the game. It's a bad item. For the first underrated item, it's a bit of a newer item, but it is very, very, very strong. And what makes this item so good? You know, not very great stats, 300 max health, 30% attack speed. But this passive is so broken, it is crazy. So let's do this. Spawn in a Ymir, get him to like half-ish. So maybe you're thinking, oh, well, I mean, autoing an enemy god, healing him 20. I mean, that's good, but what makes it so OP, Bobby? Let me tell you. Let's show you why it's so OP. Oh, don't die before I get there. Autoing minions is healing him. Look at how far away I am. You see in the bottom left, 20, 20, 20, 20. I'm level 1, 2% of my maximum health. You want to know if I was level 20, how much I'm healing for? 56. 56. Guys, 1.4%. I'm healing my teammate more by having Eros Bow than they're healing themselves with Death Embrace. Yeah, you get a little bit of cooldown, but Eros Bow is absolutely broken. This video is going up on Thursday. If it's Thursday, I'm going to be testing this build a lot in ranked to see, you know, when I can get away with it, when it's good, what do I combo with it, items that are good with it. I'm going to be doing a lot of testing with it because this item I think should be in a whole lot of my support builds, and I'm going to be testing it a lot. If you see like the build sheets maybe changed a little bit with a little bit more of this. Characters like Yemoja with this Eros Bow I think is going to be broken. I thought Bologna was going to be bad with it, but the fact that you can just heal off of a minion wave makes it even better. We're going to get involved. I think Eros Bow is very, very good. The next horrible item, it's one I'm not going to spend too much time on. I've talked about it a ton, way too much, even on Monday's video about Reaver. The problem with Reaver is that it's 10% current health. And the biggest issue is your damage procs before the Reaver does. Say as a mage, you do 1,000 damage. Your Reaver is only proccing after that 1,000 damage is done. So it's... yeah, it's not great. I mean, even if it's like a full health character. And this is me technically also being 0 damage, so I would do a lot more. But yeah, not a great item. Next up, this one's gonna be a hot take. Beyond, I just think it's a little underrated, and it's Lifebinder. I think this item is so good. I think you should build this in mid and in solo on a lot of characters. I think the survivability you get from this item and the damage, like 125 damage early game, is actually pretty solid. It's almost another ability. It makes you just impossible to kill. Just a 230 shield and a 230 heal. That's what this is giving you. 230 shield, 230 heal, and if you get a kill, it takes a couple seconds off, so it comes up a bit quicker. It is a crazy item. Oh, you're low. You get blinked on. Boom, boom. Just like that. That is crazy. The base being 125 makes it so it's a really good early game. It does get a little bit worse later into the game, but it's still a phenomenal item that I think should be your survivability item. Maybe even over Soul Gem. Soul Gem is giving you intelligence, giving you a little bit of cooldown, and it's giving you some lifesteal. This is giving you a boatload of health, slightly less intelligence, and a little bit of health regen. But it's also giving you a good amount of damage and survivability that Soul Gem is maybe lacking a teeny bit. And it's just a tiny bit cheaper. I mean, 100 gold isn't, you know, a ton, but look at me. Level 6, 1,055. I buy this, I'm at 1,400. And then I do this, and I'm at another, what, 320? So I'm getting, at this point in the game, an extra almost 700 health. I think Lifebinder is incredible. The next item, Trans. This item has fallen from grace. Nerfs after nerfs. Its combo with Book makes it so it's just unbuildable. The only reason I'm not putting Book in the same territory as Trans is that Book combos with other mana items pretty well. The only mana item you sometimes go with Trans is Hydras. You look at a lot of these items, they're all magical items or they're tank items. So really the only thing you can really build into is Dominance, Heartseeker, Hydras. So you build these ones and you're getting an extra 2% of the strength equal to the mana. So for this item, you're getting 5. For this item, you're getting 3. You think 8 strength is worth? No. This item is horrendous. And the worst part about this is you don't get that burst that you do from Book. Book, once you finish stacking it, you get an extra 2% mana scaling. Yeah, you don't get that. You only get flat pin from Trans. So you're slowly scaling up. I mean, you'll see. I'm at 43 health. I just did an entire burst of damage getting another stack. It didn't even give me 1 strength. Oh, I got a second stack. I still didn't get a single strength. Oh, got a 4th stack. I got 1 strength. So every 3 stacks, I get 1 strength. And this item is basically only a strength item. It's strength and flat pen. Like, Oathsworn Sword is a better item outright because you don't have to stack it. It's the same cost. And it fits into your build whenever. And it's more flat pen. It's just like, I mean, you're not going this item first ever. So at most, it's going to be the same amount. And then later into the game, it scales better, even if it's slightly less strength. And then percent pen is also better than just only having 10 flat pen. Trans is a horrible, horrible item currently. I'm really hoping that they make Trans and Book have unique passives and buff them both a little bit. Trans a little bit more. I think Book is kind of buildable, at least on like Cuckoo and... You know, you can go like Cosmic Horror, do more broad, and you can get a little bit of mana there, but I think Trans is horrendous. One that I'm starting to see a little bit more, but I still think it needs more love, is Pendulum Blade. And this is kind of one of those items where it's like, why go Trans when Trans fully stacked is giving you 50 power? When Pendulum, you don't have to stack it, and you get cooldown, and then you also get a sick passive, or sorry, sick active. I think Pendulum Blade is a phenomenal second item, third item. I think it's fine first. I think it's just a little too expensive. I think most of the time I'd rather just prioritize Jotuns or prioritize Tekko Kage. But, I mean, after Tekko's nerfs again, maybe it is just Pendulum Blade over it. Because you're getting movement speed, you're getting 30 cooldown rate. But this thing, you're getting that passive to kind of make up for the lower cooldown rate. I do kind of like going Pendulum Blade with another cooldown item. Because the more cooldown you get, the better that flat cooldown reduction is. So, like, if you're sitting at this and then... toss out your Q, toss that. It's 3 seconds now instead of 7 seconds. But yeah, I think Pendulum Blade is really good. It's not really completely underrated. I think a lot of people like it, but I'm still putting it out there as I like this item a lot. An item that just got a change and is ending up on the list is World Stone. And I just cannot figure out a single character who would want to build this item. Kind of ever, honestly. 90-second cooldown on this if I have no cooldown. 63 seconds, so it's like, okay, that's sick. What else does it do? Intelligence. For the most part, I could just go Chronos Pendant, which is going to be cooldown on all my abilities, and my ult is going to be nearly identical. It actually comes out to being 5 seconds cooldown more, but then you also have the cooldown on all your base abilities. It's just... World Stone is just a bad item. It got nerfed. Like, I would rather have the 20% cooldown reduction and then also the CDR, because at least it affects my base abilities. This item is just... I'm never building it. I was kind of maybe working into some builds with I was like playing Baron where I just was ult reliant. It's not worth it anymore. It's bad. Tritons, an item I need to see bought more. This item is phenomenal. Yes, it's a little expensive, but I mean, you're giving 17 strength to allies and you're giving 30 intelligence to allies, and then you're also giving it to yourself with a lot of max health. On hybrid scalers, I think it's very, very good. Kabrakens, Chalks, stuff like that. Odins. I don't think it's completely OP where you try to work it in every game. But I think a lot of games, it's a good item you just slap in the build, especially with how weak divers are, playing with your team a little bit, giving allies the strength, the intelligence, I think makes a lot of sense. And then also when you're diving with your assassin, giving them just a little bit more stats. I think Triton's is a little underbought. It probably would be number 5 if I ordered these, but Triton's is still an item I think is a little underbought. Lastly, Dominance. Another item that I talked about. Yeah. That little 4. That's the damage that Dom is giving me. And if you go a full strength build with no pen, 21. Don't build this item. Lastly, and this is something I learned from watching Benny's stream, Helm of Darkness is underbought. I think this is a phenomenal 6th item in a lot of games, and it's for 2 reasons. 1, the stealth. 2, you pass through player-made walls, which is something I did not even know while I was casting the event. I saw Benny go it. I wasn't, thank goodness I wasn't casting on the desk, because I would have been like, why does Benny have this item? But it allows you to go through Odin, Yamoja, Ymir wall. So if you're playing something like a Zeus and they have one of these characters, if you're playing something like Anubis and they have one of these characters, buy the Helm of Darkness. Don't go shell. You can go blink and you can go Helm of Darkness. So if first time, oh, you blink it, you're out. Okay. Oh, another wall. And then also another good thing about it is taking damage doesn't break your stealth. You'll get shown for half a second, but it doesn't break the stealth. That's really nice. But yeah, there is 10 items that I wanted to talk about. 5 items that I thought were completely terrible and to never build them. And then 5 items that I think are very underrated right now that you should try out. And items that I've been trying to fit into a lot of my builds now because I think they're just very underrated. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a watch today. I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.